Oh, welcome everybody, and welcome back to week 2 of the weekly roundup here at the Cultured Cabbage. We have a lot of news for you here today. The D23 Expo has happened within the past couple of days, and we have a lot of news to get to you, as well as even some minor news here and there, including the new Assassin's Creed game that was announced by Ubisoft earlier today. I am excited to start talking about it here with my friends, here with my colleagues, Karl and Jacob. Why don't you introduce yourself, boys?
What's up, guys?
Howdy, yo.
Howdyest indeed. Anyway, like I said, we got a lot of stuff to talk about today, so why don't we just jump right into it? A topic that I know that all three of us are at least excited or at least interested in. Assassin's Creed Mirage was announced by Ubisoft, and after all three of us taking a look at this trailer, I gotta say, I'm legitimately intrigued.
There's actually been some really interesting stuff going on about that one. How it's planning. It's not going to be how they're saying it's going to be action adventure more, story-based action adventure than like open world stuff,
Mm-hmm.
which is interesting to think about because when you see the trailer, it looks like old Assassin's Creed, and like it's and like how its trailer is formulated in the setting. It looks like the first game.
Yeah, and that was the first thing that grabbed me, and the first thing that I really enjoyed about said trailer, because Jacob, you were the one to introduce me to
Yeah.
Assassin's Creed. In fact, you introduced both of us, if I'm right, Karl.
Yeah, that is correct.
I bought DJ the first game, and he
Yep,
loved
he
it.
got it for me as a Christmas present a couple of years ago, and I fell in love with the series after the first game. Altair is one of my. I go between him and Ezio as my favorite assassin, even though
Actually,
Ezio.
you could right now put up like the similarities, like maybe two photos, one of the Altair and one of the new characters side by side, like how similar the outfits look.
Basim.
Yeah. Not to mention, you've also had another assassin. I don't know if any of you guys have played Chronicles India, but this one takes place in Baghdad. But the India one, so we've already had one that takes place in India, so it's interesting.
And it's glad to see that Ubisoft has finally listened to the fans of the Assassin's Creed franchise and took their time with this one a bit and are going back to their roots per se.
Yeah,
Because, like I said, it very much gives Assassin's Creed One
I'm
vibe, which I love.
I am so excited for this one because it's gonna have you start out from the beginning as like a thief and have you grow into be part of the assassins or the hidden ones as they're called in this time period.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be a lot like Assassin's Creed 2 and like in how it sounds, where you grow into being an
Where you
assassin.
grow into the role of being an assassin.
Yeah,
I very much agree.
it sounds
And
it looks cool. This concept sounds cool. It's and how they're explaining it seems like they're going a little back to basics. Not to mention it's also cheaper, $50, the normal price for this
I
game.
mean,
So
when
it
you
might be
compare that
smaller.
to Valhalla, which a lot of people had at best mixed reactions at due to how far it had differentiated itself from the Assassin's Creed style and formula. I feel like this is almost sort of a makeup game by Ubisoft,
Yeah,
considering how uh, peeved the Assassin's Creed fan base was at
because
Valhalla.
believe it or not, it's gonna be a surprise to all of you. Old fans are important.
And hey, you know what? I commend Ubisoft. I don't commend them for much, but I commend them for listening to their fans on this one. Because, like I said, I love Assassin's Creed One. Like I was saying earlier, I go between Altair and Ezio as my two favorite, protagonists. Obviously, Ezio is probably a bit more defined than Altair, but I still love the first game, especially its setting.
Altair Stories goes full circle anyways. You play the
Exactly,
first one, you play Revelations, get his whole life.
exactly. And I love the setting of the first one. It might be my favorite Assassin's Creed setting, other than probably 3.
And it's going to be a controversial take, but honestly, I like I like the graphics of the first game more than the second game.
And you
I'll
know
be
what? I kind of agree, only because it was more simplistic.
not to mention the robot looks better.
Yeah,
It
I
does
do
for
feel like
everything.
Brotherhood and Revelations definitely refined the look of 2 a lot better. And I'd say both of them are objectively better games than 2.
Yeah.
No, just to Assassin's Creed 2 either. Like that, it's still a very great game. In fact, I hope that at one point that we can cover Assassin's Creed 1 through 3, like covering the whole Desmond Miles storyline. I feel like that would be a great episode topic for us to do in the future, since we have all played them and are quite I at least I'm quite passionate about the series. It's one of my favorite video game series ever.
And I've played a lot of them. I can concur. It's very awesome.
And I would love to do an episode about that. So it's so great to see what Mirage so far is doing. I'm not going to count my chickens before they hatch, but as someone who adores the first Assassin's Creed game, faults and all, I'm very interested to see where Mirage goes from here.
I was looking at the trailer for what's it called, the new Marvel thing coming out, and I saw Paris. And but my immediate thought goes to BioShock Infinite Paris, which if I don't know if anyone's seen it, but it looks beautiful. Um anyway, that was like it's all be on the side. Uh
So yeah, Karl, you've played a good chunk of the Assassin's Creed games. What did you think of the Mirage trailer?
It did look like they're going back to form, but I will say one thing. I would disagree with you that they're listening to their fans
Oh,
because they announced 3 other projects that are not as friendly as this one is.
oh,
Assassin's Creed, they announced Assassin's Creed Red, we're not going to go into it, which is a feudal Japan style one, and I think it's Assassin's Creed Project Jade, which is another one set in not colonial, but I can't think of the word now. China as an open world mobile game. And then there was another one, but we only got a logo and a creepy woods. But the more specific one was mobile game, uh, open world. So
nice.
they're somewhat.
Well, it seems like Ubisoft like themselves some Ghost of Tsushima. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
But regardless,
oh
um, and they also announced Assassin's Creed Infinity, I believe, earlier this year,
I will say that might be right. Let me see.
which that project has of course gained some criticism for jumping even farther away from what Assassin's Creed is supposed to be. But I will say at the very least, I feel like Mirage is going in the right direction.
hmm,
Like I said, to someone,
I'd agree.
I will stand by that statement until the game proves me otherwise, which I hope it does not.
Yeah. Then again, they could definitely screw it up.
Oh yeah,
We're dealing with Ubisoft here.
yeah. I'm not, like I said, I'm not counting my chickens before they hatch, because this trailer could very well be the best thing about the game.
Yeah, it might. I mean, who remembers the trailer for everyone remembers, the trailer for Assassin's Creed 3, right? Not everyone played it though.
Yeah.
Or like for example, I love the trailer for Assassin's Creed Syndicate. I like the game too, but the trailer is better than is a better experience than at some points.
which a trailer should not be.
The best.
A trailer should
But
not be a better experience than a game.
it's not again, it's not a bad game. It's just that I I think the game lacks direct. This is going back to a game from like 2015, but it lacks direction, the story sometimes. Uh, but overall, it's not a bad game.
And I feel like this is needed to be said about most Assassin's Creed games, especially ones that come after 3. They're not bad games functionally.
Yeah.
I mean, I know that I believe Syndicate had a lot of glitch problems
No,
early
you're
on.
thinking of Unity,
Oh,
but
Unity.
Unity's been fixed. So it looks like a pretty good game now. But yeah, it had a lot of problems on launch. It
That's
had a
what it
pretty
was.
cool
Unity,
trailer too.
not Syndicate. Unity.
Yeah.
But yeah, the Assassin's Creed games past like let's say 3 are good games. It's just like you said, they lack direction.
Hmm.
Because 3 is where obviously the game is almost 10 years old at this point.
No, it is 10 years old, literally.
When did it come out?
2012.
Oh, I thought it came out
No,
in 2013. My bad.
no, that was four.
Gotcha. Well, the game is 10 years old by this point, so I hope anyone who's interested in the subject knows that
Well,
you know.
Yes.
technically, officially, it's now only it's 9 years and 11 months.
Okay.
Thank you, Karl.
No problem.
But yeah, but after 3, the main story plot we've had since the beginning has sort of run its course.
Hmm.
So where exactly do you go from there? But I
They
am
they
hopeful
seem
of
to they seem
Mirage.
to find direction, I will say, around Origins where they introduce a new character, Layla. But for a period of time there was no main character we were following. You were either a random employee from Abstergo like in 3, or you're like a forgot what they had in Syndicate. I don't think they even had anything in Syndicate, I'll be honest. I really don't think there was anything in Syndicate uh, about the
Ooh,
NS.
that's rough, buddy. But
Um,
like hopeful for Mirage, have decently high hopes. I hope they don't get squashed.
mhm.
I would love to keep talking about Assassin's Creed, but I feel like I really want to do that video in the future, and I feel like that's the place where we can dump our
Yeah.
thoughts on it.
We
Go,
should keep going with the video game discussion actually and go to like the video game announcements.
all right, do you want to do that, Carl?
Oh, sure, let me grab my list of video game announcements.
Because
The most interesting one I saw was the Avatar Reckoning.
because during D23 we've had some video game announcements made.
Some big ones.
Um, okay, now I have my list. So, yep, on Friday, September 9th, a dozen games and expansions were either teased or announced. One was for Switch players, DJ.
Oh,
There'll be a Nintendo Switch exclusive Mickey, Minnie, and Goofy and Donald
Just for
with
you.
a brand new side-scrolling adventure platform. Think,
gee,
think,
I'm ecstatic.
I think it's a reimagining of titles such as Cuphead and Hollow Knights.
I mean, I like Cuphead, and I've heard good things about Hollow Knight.
It,
So
it definitely looks like a kid game. I could see what they're trying to say. It looks more like Rayman if you're going to say anything.
yeah, I'm not too interested.
But onto the bigger one right under it.
Yep. So next they also announced a untitled, we don't have to tell you, a Captain America and Black Panther game being
which
made.
takes place during World War II, if I'm not mistaken.
I believe so. It does look like that. It looks like the captain's suit from World War II. But it also said it doesn't have a title, but it's also made by Amy Henson's Skydance New Media, which is
Which are the? Oh, go ahead.
I said
I'll let you do it.
among the biggest announcements was also for wait, what were you going to say?
Well, Amy Hennig and Skydance Media led the Uncharted franchise.
Oh,
Oh,
I didn't
Yes.
know that.
Oh, I thought you were gonna bring that in. Well, I guess we should bring that up quickly. Yes, Skydance Media is what led the Uncharted franchise,
interesting.
which will be bringing the Captain America and Black Panther video game to life. Um, and yes, according to the source, it is being set during World War II,
Yeah.
so that's gonna be fun.
The cool thing is that we're gonna see T'Challa's grandfather in this one.
Who was also Black Panther?
Yeah, because Black Panther's a mantle.
Exactly. It's not a singular person.
Yeah. Uh, and then of course got good old Steve Rogers as Captain America.
Gotta love Steve Rogers.
And then there's two other playable characters. I forgot. There's a dude and then a girl. I don't know who the girl is. Or
Yeah,
the dude.
I'll leave this note for editing DJ to put like the promotional image up on screen so people can see what you're talking about.
Yeah.
That we have Charles' grandfather, and of course we got Steve Rogers, and there's a soldier on the left, and there seems to be a Wakandan warrior on the right.
I bet you $20 it's a Koye. Or
But
maybe
how old was she then? Because this is like 70 years ago.
or could be her grandmother.
I
I
I
mean,
love how in the trailer they use "We'll Meet Again."
that's a great song.
It's a great song, but also a great metaphor, I think, for what they might do. You know, because Captain America will meet the Wakandan people again in the future.
That is very true.
I love how the trailer looks. If this is how the game looks, that'd be amazing.
Yeah, I didn't see the full trailer, but I saw bits and pieces of it, and I was genuinely impressed by what they had.
Uh, the tangent I was going to go off into segue also was announced again. We've had this for a while, but the Midnight Suns game by Ferrex Games was also re-announced. It was been announced for a while. It'll come out at some point.
On here it says December 2nd is the release date on Steam for Midnight Suns.
That's what
Okay.
it's looking like. Because it was originally set to be released in 2023. That was my assumption, and to my knowledge, that's what was happening. But no, it's going to be released at the tail end of this year, right before Christmas. I mean, I love the uh, supernatural side of Marvel, so seeing Midnight Suns come out will be pretty fun.
Another game that was announced was like a mystery visual novel called about Tron Identity, which
Although half the people in Midnight Suns have never been on the team.
well, that's just
Sorry,
semantics. No one actually cares 'cause no one reads comics. I'm sorry. I
I
read comics, but no one else does. And that
I mean,
we all
I
read
mean,
comics,
fair.
but none of us do because they don't matter.
I mean that's fair, but continue.
But Tron Legacy was the last movie that was released for Tron. There was one in the 80s, but there's going to be a new visual and mystery vision novel coming in 2023, which I'm not particularly interested because I don't really Tron that much. But yeah, for anyone
But
out there
still,
who's interested
it'll
in
be a
Tron,
fun little excursion.
yeah. But here's one I'm excited for because I like the movie well enough, but it looks interesting. Avatar Reckoning. Um, Avatar, Avatar Frontier. Well, they call okay. Avatar Reckoning is the director, the developer update trailer, but it's called Avatar Frontiers of Pandora. So
Hmm.
players can expect a living and reactive world and step into the role of a Navi warrior and defend their world from the RDA that threatens to destroy it in this open world title. The gameplay for it looks really good. Um, you know, are you guys fans of the movie?
I I will be real. Despite the fact that it's the highest grossing movie of all time, although that No Way Home re-release is really trying to beat that. I have not seen Avatar, but I know little bits and pieces, and even I know that if Avatar was to get its own game, it is begging for a game in the style of this because
Yeah,
the
so
world is so well thought
it's an
out.
open world game. It looks like a third person shooter. Like a multiplayer third person shooter. I don't know, it looks weird. But it looks interesting. It looks like Alien Fire Team, except in some sections of it.
Almost, yeah. I see what you're saying.
Um, yeah, that's all the games. Oh, Aliens Descent into Darkness or Dark Descent was apparently announced here. I don't know what that is.
I believe that was actually announced the last E3, but they're bringing more info upon it since
Mm.
Disney owns Fox, Fox owns Alien, yada yada yada. Marvel's making an Alien comic, yeah yeah
What do you guys think about switching to Star Wars announcements?
yeah. Well, let's get to the first big Star Wars
Sure.
announcement. The Skywalker saga will be releasing new DLC packs.
Will it?
I know, huge news. Okay,
Um,
okay. Let's get to the actual Star Wars
so
news.
Andor, a show no one asked for, is is coming up fast with a 3 episode premiere on September 21st, 2022. Who wanted this?
I legit do not know.
And then Mando season 3, Tales of the Jedi. Everyone knows what Mando, so I don't need to explain it.
Yeah.
Tales of the Jedi. These three shorts will give never before seen glimpses of the lives of the Jedi characters you know and love. And then the Bad Batch season 2. It follows a oh, I never watched it, but it says here it follows a Ragatan group of clones through their adventures during the last part of the Clone Wars. Here's the biggest one though. I got excited for this. Ahsoka.
Yes,
And
sir.
included the casting of Amon as Esfandi. You can put the product on the screen as Ezra Bridger.
Hmm.
Now, as all my fellow early 2000s kids who grew up uh who grew up in the 2000s who grew up watching Star Wars Rebels would know Ezra Bridger was the protagonist of that show.
Yep.
Very cool character. Um, I love. I saw him. He looked a lot like Ezra. I'm excited for that. What? Do you have any opinions?
I mean, there's one thing I want to say, and there's another thing. The first one, glad to be hearing some good news with someone named Ezra in it. Heyo. But
Um,
as someone who has also consumed a lot of Star Wars media in his time, I'm excited for this show.
I love Rebels. So like seeing Amon
And
was
like many
fun.
people, Ahsoka is one of my favorite characters. I thought she was very cool in the Clone Wars. So seeing this and Mandalorian season 3, which I think will continue being good at the very least, will be
Yeah.
fun.
And then Carl, do you want to do the Disney Marvel series special announcements?
Yeah, I'll do them. So first we have is we got we got to look at the we got some look more at Ant-Man Quantumania.
Hmm.
We'll see the adventures continue for Scott and Hope with her now reunited parents of Hank Pym and Selena Kyle. I mean, Janet Van Dyne. Sorry.
You can't, bro. You can't spoil Halle Berry's secret identity like that.
Might want to try that again, Bucko. Anyways, they didn't show us a new trailer, but it has been revealed that Mr. Murray will be in it, surprisingly. Which I don't know why they
Bill
will.
Murray?
The man, the myth, the legend himself
Who put
from
Dan
Good
Aykroyd in
Morning
this feature?
Vietnam.
But seriously, we learned that he who remains will be in the movie. No shit, Dick Tracy.
It's called The Avengers, the King Dynasty. Of course he'd be in there. He's the movie that where he's gonna appear is gonna be called The Avengers King Dynasty. Okay, dude.
Then we got new footage shown for Black Panther Wakanda Forever, which expands on the previous release trailer as it is a much awaited chapter as we see what's going to happen. We see what happens, how things are not going well for Wakanda after the death of T'Challa. Next one we got is a movie DJ is very happy to go see. The
Wait.
Marvels.
Are you telling me
He
that,
loves Captain Marvel. Captain
hold
America,
on.
New World Order.
No, hold on. I have choice words for the Marvels.
Yeah, and we don't want to get canceled here. Okay.
I've made my opinions known about Captain Marvel.
We know, but we don't want the audience to know. That would get rid of all our ratings.
I'm not the biggest fan.
Okay, yeah,
And
Captain Marvel was bad. I'm just gonna say it.
Monica Rambeau was not my favorite.
Yeah, we're two we're 2-0 right now with bad ones.
But
What do you think of Kamala Khan?
but and probably the biggest upset. I actually really enjoyed Ms. Marvel.
Oh,
I mean,
well,
it
Uh,
didn't
Let's
set
see
the
what
it, it
your
didn't set the world on fire, but I thought it was a good sort of teen superhero sort of drama, action, comedy, whatever you want to call it. Time travel stuff aside, I know Carl's probably rolling his eyes, but I legitimately enjoyed Ms. Marvel for what it was.
I just have one question for you, DJ.
What?
Who are you and what have you done with real DJ?
I know. This sounds crazy, but
But
I actually enjoyed Ms. Marvel.
okay, then we have they announced Captain America: The New World Order, which will be Sam Wilson's first Captain America movie, and will have oddly a Hulk villain because they can't give a Hulk his own frickin' movie.
He
Hey,
doesn't.
he's gonna get Planet Hulk one of these days.
He already got a mediocre version of Planet Hulk, like a mini version of it. So I don't know why he needs another one.
I don't know either, but
Next we have Thunderbolts.
Then
well,
yep, them.
I don't know. When I looked at it, I saw Allegra, and I immediately thought of the Flash, and I got PTSD flashbacks.
I mean, I mean, yes, you got the official lineup for the Thunderbolts, which includes Yelena Belova, the Red Guardian, Bucky Barnes, Taskmaster, uh, Ghost, U.S. Agent,
In the Winter Soldier.
and Carl, help me out.
Winter Soldier.
Valentina. Not even gonna try the rest of that one.
Valentina Allegra de Fontaine.
Thank you.
Wow, Jacob, stepping up to the plate. Thank you very much.
I'm somewhat good at saying Spanish names, so it's a skill.
Yeah, as someone who like the comic iteration of the Thunderbolts, this looks interesting enough. And have my boy Bullseye in there, but whatevs.
We don't have a version of Bullseye in the MCU.
Uh-huh.
We'll bring up someone related to Bullseye later.
No, let's bring it up now. Let's
Uh,
talk about Daredevil.
Daredevil Born Again,
Yeah, let's talk about Daredevil Born Again.
one of my favorite comics of all time. I don't know how it'll be. Watch for it in spring of 2024. Wow.
So quite a ways away.
Yeah.
We're all going to be old and dust by then.
Vincent
But
Houston.
I, for one, am extremely excited. As for many people, I know that Daredevil Born Again, I hope is amazing
Mhm.
because Daredevil is such an awesome character. I feel like there's no disputing that.
Yeah.
And so to
Um,
see him getting something official since the ending of the Daredevil show, it's gonna be great.
Next we have Ironheart, which builds on the Wakanda storyline as Riri Williams creates her Ironheart armor and an upgraded version of Tony Stark's Iron Man armor. Will stream in late 2023. So
I don't care that much.
Echo is another series that's coming out.
I don't care that much.
That's my reaction to most of this stuff. I don't care.
Hmm.
But
Loki season 2.
I wasn't the biggest fan of Loki, but I'm in the minority from that. So good on y'all
I
for.
don't know. I think it had a I found it weird how he, he like was flirting with himself.
So the next project we have that was announced was Secret Invasion again. But yet you have a
Again.
trailer this time, surprisingly. Ugh.
This is one that I'm the most on the fence about. That's directed by Samuel L. Jackson.
Oh boy, that's gonna be interesting.
Now, I wonder
Yeah.
how many swear words he's going to drop in this show.
Oh, one mother effer every episode.
Yeah, and that's like his thing.
Yeah,
But surprisingly, he doesn't have the record for the most swears in a movie.
No, that's me.
It probably
But
would be.
the surprising thing is, Don Cheadle has been added to this show, which
Okay.
I didn't know he wasn't in this show prior to it. Only thing we knew we had Samuel L. Jackson and two other people. I have no clue what the hell their damn names are. But the other show got was Werewolf by Night,
The movie, I
Let's
think.
go.
which will be a noir style horror flick style, just in time for Halloween. Who's
Yes,
the
sir.
murderer? It'll be a murderous group of hunters going after a monster. And it has Laura Donnelly in it. Whoever the hell that is.
I
Beats me. I
watched
don't
the.
know.
And there,
I,
and there's supposed to be some stupid character in it that DJ likes.
okay. We had this conversation before recording, and I feel like we need to bring it up now. Um,
We
well,
don't
for one,
bring up politics here, okay? Come
yeah,
on.
yeah, yeah. But I'll put up again. Note for editing, DJ. Put this character on screen right now because he barely shows up in the trailer, but he is there. My boy, my dude, my friend, even Man Thing is
He's
gonna be in
gone.
it, and I am so unbelievably excited.
My interest level is literally at 0 right now. What you're talking about?
Okay, these two marks, these two jabronis, uh, they don't care about the godlike Man Thing, and that is a major shame.
I actually have an extra large man thing.
Yes, so do I. I have a giant sized Man Thing. Thank you very much. Um, last time Man Thing showed up was in his, I believe the movie came out in 2005, but I could be wrong. But his 2005 horror flick, self-titled Man Thing, which I also believe is the lowest grossing Marvel movie of all time. But people just weren't ready for him back then.
Maybe it's because of the character.
And he most recently showed up as a quick cameo in Thor Ragnarok. He's one of the statues outside the arena in Sakaar, which, I mean, do we want to talk about the potential Planet Hulk thing real quick or nah?
We will in a second, but one thing is about your movie that you mentioned, the Man Thing movie.
Yeah.
It is definitely one of the lowest because it didn't even make back its budget.
Oof.
The budget for the film was between 5 and 7.5 million, and it only made 1.1 million.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Like I said, they just weren't ready for him back then, you know.
No, nobody
No, you could
just
say the
didn't
same
want
thing
it.
about like you could say if a Morbius movie released back then, people weren't ready for it. No, people just don't like Morbius.
The difference is, you know, I invite the internet to hunt me down like a vampire. After saying this,
Wait, like Michael Morbius?
like a Morbius.
Oh,
That Man Thing is more based than Morbius
why would that be?
because he is big, he is green,
Green? I guess green. I mean that's
and
the only reason you relate to him is your hair's green.
hey, my hair isn't green anymore, dude. It's got this little thing going on. I'm not sure what to do with it right now. But regardless, he is
It's
big. He, he's a big green fiery boy, and he's responsible for the creation of Howard the Duck.
you know what I just thought of?
What?
Hmm.
You know what a literal interpretation of a man thing is?
What?
Swamp fire.
I thought you were gonna say Swamp Thing.
Okay,
Had to.
Swamp Thing's actually a decent character. Man Thing isn't. That's the thing.
Yeah.
You've never seen anything with Man Thing in it. You cannot say that he's not a decent
Yeah,
character because you
he,
don't know him.
he had a crappy 2005 movie. That's all I need to know.
Hey, a lot of superheroes have crappy movies.
Okay, but some of them have charm. But we're talking about
Daredevil
Man Thing
had
here.
a
Man Thing has no charm.
Daredevil had a crappy movie,
Yeah, but Daredevil's actually a good character, and usually he's a
and
good
you
character.
you can't say that Man Thing's not a good character. You haven't absorbed any of the media that he's in.
Yeah, but why do I need to? If I know the character is bad, I don't need to actually read any comics on them.
But you don't know that he's bad. You haven't given him a shot.
Yeah, we gave him a shot and we shot him down.
Aw.
With a gun. Told him
Dang.
to eat lead.
Oh, that's rough.
Yeah.
Okay, I will convert these two into Man Thingism one day.
Yeah, you'll do that when the sky turns black
We'll
and
call
red.
we'll call it mannerisms. Hey, you know what? Can I at least lower that down to when hell freezes over and the devil gives free sleigh rides?
No, when the sky's black and red, and that's
When
when
pigs fly.
that
Yep.
too. And when hell freezes over and the devil gives sled lessons.
It'll happen. Mark my word.
It's not happening.
No,
I will
not
make us
happening.
I will make us watch Man Thing, even though I've never seen it, and it's
You
probably
can't even
utter crap.
see it yourself. All right. Both the characters in the Bend, both Swamp Thing and Man Thing, their movies are either bad or their shows got canceled. So I don't know what to say to you.
I was gonna say, yeah, Swamp Thing's show got canceled after the first episode came out.
Yeah, that's his fault.
That's because the character sucks, dude.
Now you're targeting Swamp Thing.
Literally,
No.
in the Christ on Infinite Earths on the CW, he literally looks like, "Hi guys, I had a show too."
And then, do you know what he did in the original Crisis on Infinite Earths, the
What did he
comic
do?
version?
What do you do? Oh no, we're not talking about comics. We're talking about things people actually care about, dude.
What, the CW?
Yeah,
When was the
everyone
last
cares.
time someone cared about the CW?
The network itself, no one, according to WB, it has been profitable for years.
You know,
It's been sold
I'm
to
just
somebody else now.
exactly. And I don't know
That means
why y'all are
you
so
get a,
against
that
the
means you get a
Swamp
second
Boys.
chance at not making another Swamp Thing show.
What did Swamp Thing or Man Thing do to you? Did they kill your parents?
No, my parents died another way.
This is where my parents died, Raphael.
Oh.
Among Us.
Yep.
This is where my parents died, Parappa.
I'll give you one thing, DJ. There's only
Yeah.
one time I liked Swamp Thing,
Oh,
and when he was being manipulated by John Constantine
in
and
the
being
Justice
a
League
tool.
Dark movie.
Yep.
I don't like that movie.
No,
Oh,
you didn't like Justice League Dark?
No.
oh yeah, that movie traumatized Jacob. We had to
No,
watch
No,
it
no,
it
no,
back.
was
no,
it was it was the most downer movie I've ever watched in my
no, no,
life.
no, 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 not Justice League Dark. Apocalypse War. We're talking about
Oh,
Justice League Dark.
okay. I thought you know what Judging Apocalypse were. I didn't like that one.
You didn't like just Justice League Dark either.
Well, I didn't watch Justice Dark. I watched Apocalypse War.
Ah, we should do a review on that someday.
Do,
That'd be awesome.
do the entire
I
DC AMU.
oh, that's gonna
Oh,
take way too long.
bro, I'd rather do the MCU at that point.
Actually, the DC AMU is not that long.
Oh yeah,
Anyways,
we'd only be including like pretty much half of the movies.
yeah. But back to our announcements. We went off on a tangent.
Yeah. Let's wrap this up before we go back to mannerisms. Okay.
No. But
Uh-huh.
now onto the Disney films that were announced at D23. They gave us a teaser for the Hocus Pocus 2 film
Woo!
that nobody asked for.
I did.
You're
I
nobody
feel
then.
like that's the summary of this whole of like D23 in general. Nobody asked for it. No one asked for like I don't know a World by Night movie show. No one was asking for that.
I
No,
And
was. I like Werewolf by Night.
okay,
again, you're nobody, DJ.
What the
you're
heck?
the statistical minority in this situation.
Okay. Next,
That's you
another
might
sh
have to.
another movie nobody asked for was Disenchanted 2? Sorry, Disenchanted, a sequel to the Enchanted film from 2007?
Okay, yeah.
What is that movie? I
I'm not
actually
even gonna
don't know
defend
what
them.
that is.
If I remember right, I think I saw it once a long ass time ago.
Isn't it that movie where it's like pretty much a Disney
Wait,
princess is
oh,
brought
is
into
that
the
no?
real.
That's Ella Enchanted. That's a different movie. I think it might be.
Let me see. Let me Google it.
Isn't Enchanted the movie where it's like the Disney princess is brought into the real world and she has to like live in like a modern day New York or something like
No,
that?
no. Ella Enchanted is not Disney.
Yeah,
Uh,
You can see how invested we are in this subject.
oh yeah, you're right. Enchanted is you're talking about.
Yeah. That's what I thought it was.
and it has Lois Lane in it.
Amy
Let's
Adams,
go.
Yeah.
or the so-called like the titled character of the episode Hot Girl from The Office.
Also announced again, another thing nobody asked for was a Peter Pan and Wendy movie, a
What?
live action version, I think. Yeah, it is. A Snow White live action movie and a Little Mermaid live action movie.
Man,
Because
when are
who
they
the
gonna
frack cares?
when are they gonna come with something actually original? That's
When
not based on.
DJ completes his task, we want him to do for us to like man thing. That's when they'll come up with something original.
No, they throw that all on Pixar.
This is why I don't watch modern Disney.
And you know what? That's completely
They
fair.
don't do much original things.
I gave up on their live action movies.
Speaking
Like
of
I gave them a shot, but they suck.
Speaking of things where they won't stop reusing old properties, they're making a prequel to the 1994 classic The Lion King
In
called
live action,
I think it's animation. I think it's Mufasa the Lion King, expected to be released in 2024.
I
Huh.
can't with this company. I actually
They
can't.
also got a sneak peek to the director of the film's Haunted Mansion movie.
Oh,
They already did a Haunted Mansion movie.
I thought the original was fun.
And I like the original Haunted Mansion movie. Eddie
Eddie
Murphy's
Murphy,
funny in it.
classic.
It has one of my favorite lines in movie history. Wow, look at the size of these knockers.
Uh,
I remember that when they opened the door. They
then,
they they snuck so many things in that movie.
Oh, that's a good movie.
then, in the Pixar department, they announced the Elemental movie.
Huh.
Finally, something that isn't crap.
And then they announced Pixar's first long form series, Win or Lose, which will highlight the perspective of different members of the middle school softball team in the week leading up to a big game, each episode will be a unique visual version, which it'll be on Disney Plus on fall of 2023.
Are we in? Are we in 2022 or 2002?
We're in
That sounds like something
2020.
Disney. That sounds like something Disney would
That sounds like a
intend
Disney
to-
Channel original movie.
Exactly.
But it's a long form series, not a
Still,
Or
movie.
you can't forget about High School Musical, the movie, the musical, whatever it's called. I don't know.
And
Shrek the musical.
then we got a sequel to a movie that I never saw and I don't really care for, Inside Out 2.
Why? That movie was good. I don't know why they're making a second one.
I'm gonna be real with y'all. Inside Out was only okay. I don't think it was the God's grace of Pixar in the 2010s.
And then
It certainly had an original concept to it.
I like the concept. It's just kind of boring in its second act.
and the last thing is they announced a short form series that will be released on November 9th to Disney Plus, Zootopia Plus.
No,
Fellas, Zootopia goes hard. That is all I gotta say.
nah, Zootopia sucked.
Nah, dude, Zootopia was.
I think I saw the movie once and I could tell you I could God, I sound like a damn chicken from Looney Tunes.
I said,
But
I said, I said.
I'll say.
but I could tell you that that stupid mayor was the bad guy from the very beginning.
I don't know, man. It was always the sheep.
That was the mayor, wasn't it?
Mayor
No.
Bell.
Oh yeah, yeah, Maribel.
I was gonna say, I swear it was the mayor. I just couldn't
I was
remember
thinking
the.
of the lion. I thought you were talking about the lion.
No, he was. I think he was the under mayor.
Yeah.
The undermayor. More
I
like
d-
underwear.
You're
Okay, that's
you're
it. We only tell good jokes here, like your
I'm a
teacher.
what, Karl? I'm a what?
I couldn't think of a good pun. So the last topic we have, which is just a mention because it was so funny when I heard it, was they made a reference to X-Men in the new Black Adam trailer because WB had to compete with Disney, which has never worked out well for them.
Okay, I have not seen said Black Adam trailer. Fill me in. What is this reference?
So what I've seen of the trailer, which is not much, I've seen that particular scene that everyone was passing around was all of the JSA members are in a jet, and the jet comes out of a castle, comes out and flies above a castle, very much like how the X jet appears out of almost every X movie. Like
Does it come out of the basketball court?
no, I think it just comes out of a garden. But it's
Ah,
like
no.
like stuff moves around and the jet flies up. Flies up.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
I just thought like that's kind of funny.
So yeah, before we wrap up here, I'm gonna run down some thoughts I had on these last few Disney announcements. One, Mufasa. Um, not everybody knows this, but in 1994, Disney was working on a
Yeah.
movie that they thought was going to make themselves tons of money.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what that movie was? Take a
Lion
wild
King?
guess. No, it was Pocahontas. And during 1994, they released a second movie, one that was, well, where the B team was sent. It was just there to get something out. Do you know what that movie was?
Was it The Lion King?
Yep.
And then that movie turned out to be way more popular.
Oh, that movie has made tons of money for Disney. And you know what happens when something makes money, right?
Yeah.
You
People
milk
want
it.
more.
Yep.
Then you make Lion King 1.5, Lion King 2, and Lion King 3. You know? And the
I
Lion King Pride Guard, whatever it's called. Lion Guard.
You have a Broadway musical.
Yeah. Which has been running for like 20 years.
You have like the aforementioned live action Lion King. Now you have this.
okay.
It's just stuff that's got to happen. It's the
I
way of the biz.
I just realized we had one more announcement that was not on this list, but just popped up because I happen to look at my Twitter right now.
Oh,
That was very interesting because I swear I heard this would never happen.
What?
oh.
Indiana Jones 5 was announced at D23. And Harrison Ford, not Henry Ford.
Henry Ford.
Henry Ford's been dead for a long ass time. Harrison Ford got teary-eyed after a standing ovation when they announced the film.
My.
He's teary-eyed because he doesn't want to do it anymore. He's like,
I
God
bet
damn it,
I
I had to
bet
be
you,
another one of these.
oh,
Please let me rest.
two other things. One, I bet you in his contract is kill me after this film. Like
Kill
I
me
did,
in this movie, please.
Like he did with Star Wars.
pretty
Just
much.
kill me, please.
And the last thing that just came in about 10 hours ago, and I just missed it because I was not looking at my Twitter today. They announced a live action Assassin's Creed series for Netflix.
What?
No
Well, that
way.
would have been helpful during the Assassin's Creed conversation.
Yeah,
I happen to really
we could just splice that into the beginning, you know?
I am not doing that.
We don't pay you enough to do it.
You don't pay me at all.
But we pay you in respect.
Yeah, you pay me in exposure.
Yeah.
I just will pull my pants down around my ankles.
Oh, well, is this series going to be like a prequel, or is it a prequel to the movie which came out a
Like,
few
like,
years
like,
ago?
like, what do we know about this series?
I don't know much. I
Fair
haven't
enough.
this again, it's on Twitter. Twitter don't tell me half a crap, don't tell me much.
Fair enough. Well, do we want to? Is there any more announcements, Karl?
Not that I see on my Twitter.
Okay, then. Any final thoughts on just any of the stuff that's been announced today?
I'm
It's almost
excited.
high
I'm
time for us
excited
to
for
wrap up
Assassin's
this very
Creed.
chaotic episode.
Yes, I'm excited for Assassin's Creed.
Me too.
Possibly Daredevil. Other than that, I don't care about much.
I mean,
Avatar maybe.
Karl,
Um,
any thoughts on your end?
Not much.
Well, I'll run down a couple of things. The game announcements look neat. Um,
oh, I
and
forgot to mention, I'm excited for the Captain America one.
yeah,
Yeah.
the game announcements were really neat. Assassin's Creed, yes, yes. And you know what? What the heck? I'm excited for this Netflix series that we just heard about 5 minutes ago. Because you know what? I love me some Assassin's Creed.
Yeah, you've been manipulated to like this series by your past with it.
Yes, yes. Thank you for that.
By the way, it was announced 2 years ago. They just added more stuff to it.
Well, fair enough. As for other stuff, a lot of the Disney, specifically Disney
I
announcements,
couldn't care less.
only one thing interested me, and that was Hocus Pocus 2. Everything else can just go in a bag and go away. I'm not excited for Inside Out 2. I doubly not care about Zootopia. Plus, that movie was mid, and no one can else tell me otherwise. Midtopia.
Yeah.
Karl, you gotta cut
Wait,
on the
no,
swears, brother.
you should have said the joke Pootopia. Oh my god.
Fine, it's Pootopia.
It, I swear this guy has the worst timing of jokes. Like it was right
See
there for
what
you.
jokes you're
Zootopia,
making.
Pootopia.
Hey, if people heard half the stuff that goes in the bloopers, they think I'm the most hilarious thing that's ever graced God's green earth.
That's actually Cap though.
Speaking of Cap, not. I mean, New World Order sounds fun.
Yeah,
The Marvels, I like Ms. Marvel, so
couldn't
I'll
care.
probably end up
Couldn't
seeing
care
it.
less.
And obviously, I'm very excited about Werewolf by Night. That's gonna be awesome with my boy. You guys can't see it right now, but Karl is giving me a major thumbs down.
You got the
What's
whole
up with that,
squad
man?
laughing, dude.
Are you, do you not know our Lord and Savior Manthong?
No, I know the devil though. He's Manthong.
You don't follow the
Speaking
mannerisms?
speaking of the devil, that is a hint to the next thing we'll be covering.
Yes, sir. Next Friday we will be releasing at noon Pacific Standard Time. You can find the equivalent to Eastern Time, Central
It's
Time.
only about 3 hours ahead. Yeah.
Yeah, it's somewhere between 2 and 3 hours, something like that for you guys. But we'll be reviewing the first 3 episodes of Lucifer, which is going to be lots and lots of fun.
I've watched it so far. I don't think DJ has, but
I will have seen it by the time we get there. It'll be nice and fun and dandy.
yeah.
But with that being said, any last thoughts here, folks?
No, I think we got it all out. Except we still need you to admit that Zootopia is actually a decent movie and that Swamp Thing is a bad character. So
Absolutely.
that comes. Swamp Thing is like the Swamp Thing cult kind of gets you in there. You're just part of it.
Absolutely not.
Actually, we just need you to commit that Swamp Thing's a bad character. We don't need you to admit anything about Zootopia, DJ.
Uh,
You guys better shut up about Zootopia, or I'll make you all watch Beastars. Okay.
bro, it was mid. Get over it.
Okay.
What's the
Well,
name of the pop star who was in that movie?
Shakira.
Shakira. Oh wait, it was Shakira.
Yeah. Usually her stuff is more
Oh,
like bachata,
Oh,
but she.
Shakira, why'd you lower yourself so low?
I know. You were like the hips that don't lie. Shakira, Shakira.
You should have got Miley. Would have been way worse.
I don't know. She would have shaved her head like Miley Cyrus.
No, Miley Cyrus probably would have tried to do something to the
Hey,
animal.
Miley Cyrus and Lindsay Lohan are both part of the club of ruining their hair because they're mentally insane.
Why are we talking about Miley Cyrus?
Someone mentioned Miley Cyrus.
Oh yeah, Karl.
All right, well, we're gonna wrap this up now. It's too
Yes,
hard to
sir.
take a
This
joke.
was a lot of fun to do, boys.
Yeah, it really was.
And with that, we will be seeing you next next Friday at 12 o'clock noon here in Pacific Standard Time.
At
And
3
we will
p.m.
also be seeing you
for
next
Eastern.
Monday with next week's weekly roundup. Hopefully, we'll have some fun stories to bring you. Hopefully, they will be announcing the new trilogy of Man Thing movies.
Like that would ever happen.
Don't bet
That,
on your life.
yeah, I will gladly bet on
Actually
my
bet on
life.
your life. You'll die faster.
I will gladly do that. Thank you. I hope you know I'm going to use my executive power to name this episode Man Thing, and nobody's going to stop me.
They should call it the return of Man Thing. Or they call this episode that.
Can we call this giant sized man thing?
We could.
No.
Hey,
I agree with it. It's funny.
that's two, Karl. You're overruled.
No,
Yeah.
Bob next to me disagrees.
Yeah, Bob doesn't exist. Like your social confidence.
Bro, Karl, take your schizo meds already.
Hey, that's not funny. Get
Oh,
canceled.
yeah,
Ah,
you're offending the facility he's in right now. You guys can't see, but in his background, there's actually a bunch of hospital beds.
yeah.
I know you're gonna cut this, but fuck you, Jacob.
Look, I'm not Loki, okay? I can't do that.
Yeah,
Are we
I'm
gonna
also
keep
gonna
that
cut
in?
this.
I don't think we keep that joke in
This is going on the OnlyFans.
either. Coming soon, guys. Coming soon.
Oh yeah. But
It's gonna be like that one scene from episode 2 of Lucifer. He if you know, you know. I
I
think it might
don't
be
know.
episode 3. I forgot.
I don't know, sir. But what I do know is I hope you guys had an amazing time watching, listening to this
3
week's
idiots.
podcast. And without further ado, we got to get editing on this. We will be seeing you, cabbagey fellows, you freshly picked, juicy people, next week.
See you later,
Bye
guys.
bye.
See ya, y'all.